High School Challenge, the varsity sport of the mind.
Eastern County Parks and Recreation Department is holding Tea Fest today. Zero parking grand pledge for Friday evening through February. All Tea Fest.
Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Jim Gaver, and welcome to a brand new season. This is our 22nd season of High School Challenge here at Michigan Television. We have two teams waiting to play who have been a part of our competition for many, many years now. They're ready to go, so let's meet our players right away, shall we? First, from Hartland High School, we have Kate Sherman. Kate's a senior at Hartland on the drum line, active with Livingston County Honors Band, youth group, and choir. Is National Merit Scholar Commended student, hopes to attend Kalamazoo College, hopefully the University of Michigan in law school, and then to live and work in Spain. Next is Katie Osdress. Katie is a senior at Hartland as well, plays in the jazz band, active with Science Olympiad, French Club, and Quiz Bowl, as a Regent Scholarship winner at EMU, National Honor Society member, hopes to attend EMU and become a teacher in French, chemistry, or history. And next for Hartland is their captain, Sarah Morava. Sarah is a senior, enjoys bowling, track, and quiz bowl, is a two-time Michigan Math Prize competition finalist, a National Merit semifinalist, hopes to attend some in-state college, and then earn an engineering degree. And rounding out the Hartland team is Kyle Kreitz. Kyle is a junior at Hartland, active with the Spanish Club, in fact, an officer of Spanish Club. Member of the Honor Society, is looking at MIT or the University of Michigan for a degree in engineering. Those are our players from Hartland High School. Now let's meet our team from Flint Powers Catholic High School. There we have Dan Eklund. Dan is a junior, active with robotics, his Big 9 math and science, also active with his 4-H group, is a first place winner in the math and science geometry competition, and hopes to eventually follow a career in mathematics. Captain of the Powers team is Samuel Hefty. Samuel is a senior at Powers, plays soccer, enjoys piano, Boy Scouts, and is a youth leader. First place in the Flint and Michigan State Science Fair. Will be receiving his Eagle Scout Award coming up soon. Hopes to study biomedical engineering or medicine. Paul McDonald is a sophomore at Powers Catholic, is an honor roll member and plans on attending Tulane University. And rounding out the Powers team is Mary Patrides. Mary is a sophomore as well at Powers, is in concert and marching band, active with the school newspaper on the honor roll, and hopes to eventually be a journalist and novelist. Those are our players for today's competition. Returning again this year, our judge from Genesee Intermediate School District is Julie Pritchett, and our timekeeper, scorekeeper for today's game is Brandy Stoneman. Teams, we're ready to go. Here are your rules for round one. I'm about to ask you a series of questions worth 10 points apiece. The player buzzing first may answer when I recognize you. If you're correct, your team scores the 10 points. If you're incorrect, the other team gets a shot at the same question. Remember, you may interrupt me at any time I'm asking a question. No point penalties for incorrect answers. However, at that point, I would repeat the entire question for the other team. Good luck. Here we go. He won 3 Purple Hearts, a Bronze Star, and a Silver Star in combat in Vietnam, and returned to oppose the war. Powers Samuel.
John Kerry.
John Kerry is correct. Your next toss-up. Conduction, convection, and radiation. What travels in these? Kyle Hartland.
Heat.
Heat is correct. Mount Shasta, Mount Hood, and Mount Rainier are all in this mountain range. What range runs from British Columbia to California? Sarah Hartland.
Cascades.
Cascades is correct. Your next toss-up teams, in Greek mythology, they were one-eyed giants. Samuel Powers.
Cyclops.
Cyclops is correct. On January 13th, 2004, one seemed to be on a collision course with the Earth and due in 2 days. Dan Powers.
Asteroid.
Asteroid is correct. He celebrated his 500th birthday in 2004, and he's not in bad shape except for weak ankles and lots of cracks in the marble. What is this? Dan Powers.
David.
David is correct. The oldest synagogue in the United States was built in this Rhode Island city in 1763. Is it Newport, Pawtucket, or Providence? Kyle Hartland.
Pawtucket.
Pawtucket's incorrect. Powers. Samuel.
Providence.
Also incorrect. It's Newport. Here's your next toss-up, teams. In 2002, researchers computed the first 1.24 trillion, Dan Powers?
Pi.
Pi is correct. In Greek drama, she's the sister of Orestes. Kate Hartland.
Electra.
Electra is correct. Another toss-up, teams. This French phrase literally means false step. Kate Hartland.
Faux pas.
Faux pas is correct. It borders the Persian Gulf, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Syria, Turkey, Kuwait, and Iran. Kyle Hartland.
Iraq.
Iraq is correct. Your next toss-up, teams. He was an Austrian monk who, while growing, Sarah Hartland.
Gregor Mendel.
Gregor Mendel is correct. What poem by Robert Frost ends with these famous lines? Two roads diverged in a wood, and Sarah Hartland.
The Road Not Taken.
That's correct. Your next toss-up? His two most famous sonatas are the Sonata Pathétique. Kate Hartland.
Beethoven.
Beethoven is correct. A legume of genus Trifolium, it usually has 3 leaves, but finding a mutant one with 4 leaves is Sarah Hartland.
Clover.
Clover is correct. Your next toss-up. They called him Wild Bill Hickok, but his first name wasn't William. What was it? Time's up. His real name was James Butler Hickok. Next toss-up. It came within 3 states of being ratified, but the deadline passed on June 30th, 1982. What was the ERA? Time's up. The Equal Rights Amendment to the United States Constitution. Your next toss-up. According to Forbes magazine, he will earn $200 million before he is 25 years old. Who is this 20-year-old guard from the Cleveland Cavaliers? Samuel Powers.
LeBron James.
That's correct. Your next toss-up, teams. The word Sanskrit for Great Spirit is a title of respect. Kyle Hartland.
Mahatma.
Mahatma is correct. Another toss-up. The Charles de Gaulle Bridge crosses it from the right to the left bank. What is this, Kate Hartland?
Seine.
The Seine is correct. The Odyssey is Homer's epic poem about a long journey back from the Trojan War. Who is the hero? Kyle Hartland.
Odysseus.
Odysseus is correct. Now the toss-up. From 1740 to 1786, Frederick the Great was one of the, great rulers of Europe. What country did he, Dan Powers?
Brandenburg, Prussia.
That's correct. Next toss-up. It's a new semester and you've signed up for Cytology 101. What are you going to study? Kyle Hartland.
Science.
Science is incorrect. Powers? Time's up. Cells is the answer. Your next toss-up. He was nominated for an Academy Award for Mystic River and won the Academy Award for Unforgiven. Who is this actor turned director? Time's up. Clint Eastwood is the correct answer. Your next toss-up. Criminal law is one of the 2 principal legal fields. What's the, Kyle Hartland?
Civil law.
Civil law is correct. It's a simple formula. X squared plus y squared equals r squared. Dan Powers.
Circle?
Circle is what I'm looking for. Another toss-up teams. Sydney Carton takes Charles Darnay's Katie Hartland.
Tale Two Cities.
Tale of Two Cities is correct. It was admitted to the Union as a slave state in 1820, while Maine was a Dan Powers.
Missouri?
Missouri is correct. Your next toss-up. You might just call him a pig, or more politely, a gourmand. But what would a biologist call a person who will eat everything? Kyle Hartland.
Glutton.
They might call him that, but that's not the term I'm looking for. Powers? Powers, Mary?
Omnivore.
Omnivore is the correct answer. Your next toss-up. Maurice Wilkins, James Watson, and Francis Crick shared the 1962 Nobel Prize in Physiology for their discovery, Samuel Powers.
DNA helix?
That's correct. Here's your next toss-up, teams. In mathematics, it's a theorem. In biology, it's a system of nomenclature. What 8-letter word does Kyle Hartland?
Binomial.
Binomial is correct. In 5 acts, he kills one there's your bell. That's going to end round 1, and we've got a lot of points being scored. Hartland, as you can see, is on top right now. That means Powers, you get the first crack at round 2. That's our lightning round. I'm about to give you a choice of 3 categories. Once you've selected, you'll have 60 seconds to answer up to 10 questions in that category. Remember, you may consult during this round. No need to buzz in. I will take answers from Samuel, your team captain. If you don't know an answer, you must say pass before I move on. We'll give you 10 points for each correct answer. And at that point, we'll turn it over to Hartland, and you'll have 30 seconds to answer anything they passed, missed, or didn't get to. And then we'll repeat the process. Powers, your choices in today's game are All Saints Day, All American, history that is, or All Cut Up.
History. Go ahead. We'll go with history, please.
Okay, you've selected history. Our 60-second clock is ready to go. This is an All-American quiz, All-American history that is. So for 10 patriotic points each, identify these All-American people and places and things. We begin with number 1. It's the month in which Columbus reached the New World in 1492.
October.
Correct. This Florida city is the oldest in the U.S., founded by Ponce de Leon.
St. Augustine.
That's correct. The first permanent British settlement in the New World, founded 1607. That's correct. The Pilgrims founded this colony in 1620.
Plymouth.
That's correct. The first college in the colonies, it's in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Harvard.
That's correct. The first battle of the American Revolution was fought here in 1775.
Bunker Hill.
That's incorrect. He was the first person to sign the Declaration of Independence in 1776.
Hancock.
That's correct. This treaty officially ended the American Revolution in 1783.
Paris. Treaty of Paris.
That's correct. This state entered union with Maine in 1820, slavery compromise. That's correct. The first battle of the Civil War fought July 21st, 1861.
Gettysburg.
That's incorrect. And that is all 10. Well done. You got 8 out of 10 correct for 80 points. And the way this round works, we reset our clock at 30 seconds. And Hartland will, as soon as our clock is ready to go, we'll turn those 2 questions over to you. There it is. Here we go, Hartland. The first battle of the American Revolution was fought here in 1775. Concord's incorrect. First battle of the Civil War fought on July 21st, 1861.
Fort McHenry.
It's also incorrect. First battles are a little trouble here. The first battle of the American Revolution was at Lexington, and the first battle of the Civil War was Manassas, or the first battle of Bull Run. Okay, Hartland, we now come to you. All Cut Up or All Saints Day?
Yeah, cut up sounds more interesting.
Okay. You can cut a deal, cut a budget, or cut a deck of cards. For 10 points each, identify these other people, places, and things on the cutting edge. And what that means is all of your answers will have the letter C-U-T in them somewhere. We'll get our 60-second clock ready. Here we go. We begin with number 1, a ruthless, murderous person without principles.
Cutthroat.
That's correct. This is a CD that's been removed from the catalog and sold at a discount.
Cut rate.
Incorrect. The largest city in India, population 13.
Calcutta.
That's correct. In the kitchen, it's the knives on tables. It's knives, forks, and spoons. That's correct. On a long throw from the outfield, you want to hit this man.
Cutoff.
That's correct. A chicken ready for frying, or a person who likes to play pranks.
Cut and stir.
Incorrect. In boxing, it's a blow from below, usually
Uppercut.
That's correct. Sliced beef, pastrami, salami, and bologna, especially
Cold
in a
cut.
deli. Say again?
Cold cut.
Correct. In music, it's another name for two time.
Cut time.
That's correct. Part of a plant that's been removed to be replanted or grafted.
What?
Cutting.
Cutting.
That's correct. And you're through all 10. And you as well, Hartland, have 8 correct for 80 points. For the additional 20, we'll reset our clock to 30 seconds. And Powers, remember your answers must include the letters C-U-T in them. Here we go. First, this is a CD that's been removed from the catalog and sold at a discount.
Cut price.
It's incorrect. A chicken ready for frying, or a person who likes to play pranks.
Pass.
Pass. Cut up. Chicken is cut up, or the person who plays pranks is a cut up. And the CD that's been removed from the catalog and sold at a discount is a cutout. And that's going to bring us to the end of round 2. A lot of points scored in that round. We're going to be totaling those up. But first, I'd like you to meet some special people from Hartland High School. The Hartland team is coached by Kate Hagerman, and the alternate with the team for today's game, Caitlin Teskey. And with that, we're going to return for some extra credit here on High School Challenge right after this. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Jim Gaber. I hope you've been with us all evening long. We've got a terrific game going between Hartland and Powers, and let's meet some special people now from Powers. Team is coached by Lorraine Schuler, and the alternates with the team today include Mary Jubinski and Adam Carlson. Well, those are the principals involved in High School Challenge. We've got a terrific game going, and now teams are ready for some extra credit. As you know, the rules in this round are the same as they were in round 1 as far as toss-ups are concerned. The difference here is that your correct answer earns you 10 points, plus it earns your team a shot at 10 points worth of extra credit. Remember, on the extra credit questions, you may consult. No need to buzz in. I'll take the answers from the team captains. But I remind you to consult on extra credit only and not on the toss-ups. If we're in the middle of a toss-up extra credit cycle at the end of the game and the bell sounds, we'll play through that entire cycle before the game is officially over. Here we go with your first toss-up. Built from 1887 to 1895, the Kiel Canal connects 2 seas. The North Sea is one of them. What's the other? Dan, Powers.
The South Sea?
South Sea is incorrect. Hartland, you may take it. Hartland, Kyle.
Sea of Britain.
Also incorrect. The Baltic Sea is the answer. Your next toss-up. The etched hourglass, the helix, the gum, the eagle. What kind of astronomical objects are these? Sarah Hartland.
Constellations.
Constellations is incorrect. Powers? Powers, Samuel?
Nebulas.
Nebulas is correct. Powers, your extra credit. At the beginning of this novel, it seems that our hero's mother is Jenny Jones. In the middle, it seems to be Mrs. Waters. In the end, it turns out to be Squire Allworthy's sister Bridget. Who is this Henry Fielding foundling?
Bob.
Bob's incorrect. Tom. Tom Jones is the correct answer. Here's your next toss-up. The National Education Association is a terrorist organization, end quote, he once said. Who was George Bush's first Secretary of Education? Time's up. that quote came from Rod Page. Here's your next toss-up. Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ has a dialogue in 2 languages with subtitles in English. One language is Latin. Dan Powers.
Aramaic.
Aramaic is correct. Powers, your extra credit. In 1870, Hiram Revels of Mississippi became the first African-American senator, who had previously held that seat until he left in 1861 to take another position.
Who's the general in the war? Grant. Still not.
Need an answer, please?
No, the main general.
Time's up. Correct answer is Jefferson Davis, ironically enough. Here's your next toss-up. China calls it the autonomous region of Xizang. Dan Powers.
Taiwan.
Taiwan is incorrect. China calls it the autonomous region of Xizang. The rest of the world uses another name. What is this mountainous plateau invaded by communist Chinese in 1950? Let's see, Katie Hartland?
Manchuria?
Also incorrect. Correct answer there is Tibet. Another toss-up, teams. In 1897, a Danish art collector paid the equivalent of $58 for a painting called Portrait of Dr. Gachet. In 1990, a Japanese businessman paid $82 million for it. What Dutch artist painted it? Sarah Hartland.
Rembrandt?
Rembrandt's incorrect. Powers. Time's up. The other Dutch artist, Van Gogh, is the correct answer. Here's your next toss-up. He was president when Matthew Perry opened Japanese ports to American ships in 1854. Sarah Hartland.
That'd be Buchanan.
It's incorrect. He was president when Matthew Perry opened Japanese ports to American ships in 1854. He also successfully negotiated the 1853 Gadsden Purchase. Who was president between Polk and Buchanan? Time is up. Franklin Pierce is the answer. Here's your next toss-up. His real name was Samuel Langhorne. Sarah Hartland.
Mark Twain.
Mark Twain is correct. Hartland, it's a surgical procedure in which a balloon catheter is inserted into a clogged artery to restore the flow of blood. What is this procedure called?
Angioplasty? No, angioplasty.
That's correct. Another toss-up, teams. It's the most populous city in the United States, which is all... Dan Powers.
New York.
New York's incorrect. Hartland, it's the most populous city in the United States, which is also a state capital. What is this Midwestern city? Is it Columbus, Indianapolis, or Minneapolis? Hartland, Kyle.
Columbus.
Indianapolis is the correct answer. Here's another toss-up. It can be a film of mucus and bacteria on your teeth. It can be a decorative or honorary... Kyle Hartland.
Plaque.
Plaque is correct. Hartland, this is yours. If you're the Prince of Wales, you're the heir apparent to the British throne. If you're the Prince of Asturias, what European country are you likely to rule?
Okay. Spain.
That's correct. Your next toss-up. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, or in German, as easy as eins, zwei... Samuel Power.
Try.
Say again?
Try.
That's correct. Powers, he wrote a long poetical biography called The Prelude. Who was this romantic poet, England's poet laureate from 1843 to 1850?
Pass.
No answer. William Wordsworth is the answer. Here's another toss-up, teams. The acceleration due to gravity is equal to approximately 9.8 meters per second per second. How many feet per second? Let's see, Sarah Hartland.
32.
32 is correct. Hartland, this 15th century judicial body dealt with rebellious nobles by meeting in secret, applying, this is a bonus, applying torture, and not revealing evidence. What name has been used to describe some congressional investigating committees?
Inquisition.
Inquisition?
It's incorrect. The answer I needed is Star Chamber. Here's another toss-up. It's the number of syllables in a short Japanese poem called a haiku. Sarah Hartland.
17?
17 is correct. Hartland, in the Bible, Jesus says you can serve either God or this false god. In Paradise Lost, Milton makes him a fallen angel. Who is this personification of worldly riches?
Lucifer?
Lucifer's incorrect. Mammon is the correct answer. Your next toss-up, teams. According to Forbes magazine, there are 64 more of these in 2004 than there were in 2000. Dan Powers.
Billionaires?
Billionaires is correct. Powers, there are 32 classes of them divided into 7 systems depending on the rotation of their axes. What are these solid bodies with an internal lattice structure and planes or faces? Planes for faces, rather.
Polyhedrons? Yeah, polyhedrons.
It's incorrect. Crystals is the answer I needed. Here's your next toss-up, teams. 3 prime numbers, when multiplied, give a product of 70. What are those, Dan Powers?
2 times 5 times 7.
That's correct. Powers, the most famous melody... There's the bell. You do get this question. The most famous melodies from this musical suite include Morning and In the Hall of the Mountain King. What is this composition by Edvard Grieg based on Finnish legend?
Grieg?
Yeah, like Grieg. Brunhilde.
That's incorrect. Correct answer there is the Peer Gynt suite, rather. And that is sweetly going to bring us to the end of this game. A terrific first game for our new season. A lot of points scored. Powers, a great competition. Big score, and good luck to you in the remainder of your competition throughout the season. Hartland, congratulations for being the winner of our first game in this 22nd season of High School Challenge. We'll see you back here. Hope to see you back here as well. Until our next game, I'm Jim Gaver. For all of us at High School Challenge, have a great day. High School Challenge is produced by Michigan Television in partnership with the Genesee Intermediate School District.